Welcome into your end of a cycle reading. I'm going to be reading the end of a cycle that's just ended as we've come out of the winter solstice and gone into the spring equinox. So we've entered the new year, the new astrological year. So I'm going to be looking at an archetype for you, Taurus, the cycle that is ending for you, using these archetype cards. What cycle have you just moved out of? We just started the new astrological year, but this is a timeless reading. So whenever you see this reading, this is for you. Whatever cycle is ending for you as you get ready to commence a new cycle, Taurus. So Spirit, can you please tell us, oh, this one slid off, what cycle is ending for Taurus? The one that pops out is slave. This is in reverse, so I'm going to look at the shadow attribute. So archetypes are ways in which we can experience karmic lessons. And so you might have heard the hero, the damsel in distress, or the villain. In this deck, there's a variety of archetypes. Taurus, you have wanted to know what it was like to be a slave, and what lesson you were working on over the past cycle, the past year, was how to, and this came out in reversed, so I'm going to read the shadow aspect. Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices, right? So, basically being afraid of decision making. I'll just turn it over to someone else, then I don't have to be responsible. Versus in the light, you trust the divine to support you. So you make choices through God, right? Through the divine source of light and love, through spirit. This particular card is asking, right, like this archetype that you've been embodying, you're asked to think about, do you have a history of becoming a slave to the system, or is slavery a part of your genetic history? So in the shadow, you're lacking choice, power of choice, and a self-authority, and follows others' orders that violate your integrity. So good for you, Taurus. This cycle is over and ending. You have learned some important lessons about how not to turn your power over to others, but you were in a real tough spot there for a while. So this was a bit of a karmic lesson going on for you in dealing with stepping into your own power and standing up. I'm going to go ahead and clarify this card with this Voyager tarot deck. There'll be an extended reading where I'll go deeper into what comes out in the tarot, as well as get some animal and soul advice for you, Taurus. So this reading is for Taurus sun, moon, or rising sign, or if you're dealing with a Taurus, or if you just really like the title of the reading, then this applies to you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, Taurus, so I'm going to go ahead and get 4 cards for you. The first card, I'm going to see where you are in this current moment, what growth you've gone through over the past year, what still needs to be let go of, and what is a surprise for your new cycle, that new cycle coming in for you. What is a surprise for a new cycle coming in for you? Now, again, I just said past year, but this is for any period of time. Whenever you watch this reading for the cycle that is ending for you. So where you are in this moment, Sage of Worlds in this deck is the King of Pentacles. Good for you. Master. You have mastered your own destiny. Right? Master is a keyword here. And you've become the master, literally. Right? Like, remember, your archetype is slave. So we've got slave and master. So you have become the master and no longer are you the slave. So you've overcome that for yourself. Really figuring out, right? We can see this woman in the center of this card working her craft, all of these kinds of things being produced. The wheel is kind of movement, and some coins are here on the card. Just looking into how you're taking command over the products of your labor instead of selling yourself out there, or giving your willpower over, right? But it's your labor. The things that you're spending your time on, the people that you're with, instead of letting someone else make those decisions, you're stepping into your power. You have become master. It's awesome. Where have you really grown the most? This is the Temperance card, but it's called Art in this deck. And really, again, just looking at, how you can turn your craft, your work, your labor, the products that come out of your body into your own art. So you begin to find your creativity, develop, my goodness, and also live, right? Like I just get the sense with the water in the hands, the rainbow, it's like you found life again, being reborn. It's also though, but like, you've been alive, but being in the world and being able to see creativity, and spirit and life and love in the world and in the products that your hands, right? Your hands produce. This water is this cleansing energy, this purification, the bringing in of new life. Water is also emotion. Feeling again, feeling in life, creative arts need feeling. Like there's no art produced without feeling, and so being able to tap into that so that you can actually produce something for yourself, right? And own that instead of being a slave to other people's choices, decisions. And really what's challenging here is, right, compromising your own integrity, because you're afraid. And who you're afraid of is that the universe won't have you, right? So you've turned your power over to become a puppet. She's kind of like on puppet strings here. Now, well, you can see that, but the puppet isn't God. It's another person. And people are just human. What still needs to be released? Your over-focus on money. Money. Look at all that money. Look at all them coins. Look at all, it's called reward, the reward of life. This is 10 of Worlds, this is 10 of Pentacles, right? But in the stack, it is just like, you're really still focused in on like, I need cash, I need money. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to take care of myself if I'm not a slave, if not someone else is taking care of me. And then selling yourself, right? Selling yourself to the highest bidder. This is a no-go. Spirit says it's got to go. I'll go and clarify these deeper in the extended. The surprise for the new year is success. Look at that. Ace of Worlds. Look at all those worlds. Jupiter's in there, expansion, Saturn's in there, lots of hard work. The dreamy Neptune, the blue planet, us. The world is yours. It really is. That's the success. Success is coming in this new cycle for you. So, awesome, Taurus. Loving that energy. So, archetype work, moving out of being a slave. It's all about healing yourself, right? Our karma, these are the oracle cards I'm going to use, the whispers of healing. But I want to use a healing oracle because this is all healing work that we're doing, right? You're going through these cycles to heal yourself so that you can reach a level of enlightenment, right? So you can attain enlightenment. So Spirit, what final message do you have here for Taurus? What final message do you have for Taurus? Oh, this is a very blue card. Hidden blessings. Right, and that's what struck me at first, is this color. And it's like the moon, the shadow, finding like secrets. There's some hidden blessings for you. Yeah, it's interesting. See this girl like finding wonder by the moonlight. I mean, there's so much stuff buried inside of you that you've yet to discover. Um, and in the shadow of the moon, you can begin to see that. This is really about your subconscious, right? Like the moon, the shadow of the moon is one subconscious. It's what our feelings, our internal selves. The fairies, the mysticism. So let me go ahead and read this card for you. Numerically, it's 26, which reduces to an 8. So there's some information coming through that you're not aware of. There's a gift in every adversity. Your love, intentions, prayers, good wishes, and realizations are held in the consciousness of the universe. This energy circulates around you and may act as a source of comfort to you. Additionally, it may show up as nourishment, wisdom, and teaching. You may draw on this energy whenever you are in need. This card brings the important reminder that you are not alone. Whether you need encouragement, support, or wisdom, you can draw on the teachings of others. Adjust yourself through the frequency of their messages. The greatest blessings are the ones that are hidden within you. Your love and your heart will continue to grow until you attain happiness, healing, love, and enlightenment. This card expresses peace, calm, and trust through the color blue. This signifies a friend showing up in a time of need. Every situation has a gift. Even in the darkest hour, there is a blessing. It may not yet be in your awareness, but it is there. The maiden peers into a scene that is blossoming within a rose. Fairies of all shapes and sizes rush to her aid. Although the card is very dark, there is light emanating from everything. There is hope, light, and help coming to you from all corners of your world. All right, Taurus. So it sounds like, when you've been in shackles, you broke free of those shackles, but now it may be a little bit like, oh my goodness, what happens now? Because there's a kind of conditioning, right? There's a conditioning, like it or not. There is some security, the prisoner who is afraid to be out of the prison. It's an unfortunate truth. It's there, right? And so what Spirit wants you to know is that you're not alone. Help's on the way. And even in the most difficult of times, you haven't been alone. Spirit's been there with you. And all of your dreams and hopes and feelings, they're all still there. The universe still has them saved up for you. So even in the darkness, you can find the light and hope. All right there, Taurus. That's what I've got. There's going to be an extended, I'll clarify our tarot, get a message from your soul and the animal spirit guidance for you in your journey. So thank you.